Hello, welcome to Clutch My Pearls, the podcast where I, Emily, learn all about the smut that my friends are reading. As always, I'm joined with Vanessa and Barbara.
Hi.
Hi. How y'all doing?
We're quiet again. Yeah. We
Yeah.
didn't record for a week.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Schedule got off.
Well, we're back to our normal episodes after last week.
Just us today.
Just us, and as we say, those were words on a page.
That was something.
So we hope you liked it. Let us know. We do have some new reviews that came in.
Oh, yeah. We have some new Apple reviews.
We always love the reviews. Leave them on Apple. And
I think Apple's the only place that you can actually leave like a written review. Spotify,
Yeah.
you can only put the stars.
Yeah.
But whatever. Leave
Yeah.
them wherever.
You can
5 stars,
just
wherever
post
you
your
can.
own review on your socials.
Just let us know.
Yeah.
Tag us.
Skywrite it.
Skywrite it, please.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, at Clutch My Pearls Pod, you know?
That's a long sky. Okay, anyway.
Leave it in a book at a Barnes & Noble. It'll find its way to us.
That's me.
Leave us little notes and we'll find them when we're putting our cards in.
Yeah.
That's so romantic.
Pen pals.
Aw.
Okay. So not stuffed. 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of
Never
the review.
ever have I felt so lucky to have a feather allergy.
Oh. Yeah.
So not for me, but you girls keep bringing your always hilarious banter and wicked smart snack. Love your show.
Wicked Smart Snack. I love it.
KLM is what it was signed with.
Oh my God. That's my Aunt Karen.
Oh my God. Is she from Boston?
No.
I just had the Wicked Smart Snack.
For her sake, I want to tell everyone because she will be very upset if she hears this. When she hears this, she is from Maryland.
Okay.
She's very
Okay.
happy about that.
Love it.
We
Go
love
Maryland.
it. Anyway,
Go
I love it.
Oriole? Baltimore area? I don't know. Orioles. That's the only thing I know about Maryland.
there you go. You nailed it.
I drove through there one time.
Amazing.
She's not. It's cut off. I feel like it says she's not like other girls.
Oh, that's me.
The header's like cut off. I don't know why it won't let me look at it, but it says the books discussed on this podcast have never interested me, but the Cliff Notes versions presented are incredible. Especially enjoy the hosts' attempts at embarrassing each other by casting the scenes, and the dramatic readings are perfect.
That's us.
That's
We're doing it. Yay. Well, thank you for
Aw.
those reviews.
I love it.
Oh, I can see the names over here. Dallin Farrer. And then Car D9120. Hi, Diane. I need a Diane shirt.
Yeah.
I love it.
Aw.
We'll work on it. We've got our merch right now in our store. You can check out in our link in bio. We got it on right now.
Barbara paid full price.
Barbara paid full price.
I am dumb. I was like, I ordered some. Yeah. And
Does it say
Emily,
We all
anything on the
saw
back?
the order come in.
oh, I just bumped my mic. You can't read the back.
It says that you're a busy businesswoman.
It says I'm a busy businesswoman who's real dumb.
No, you're not dumb.
Because
you're
I
just
ordered
super
it.
supportive.
And then Emily saw the order come through and she's like, Barbara, you can get these like at cost. I'm like, I don't know anything. I'm trying to support us.
I appreciate
We're trying
your
to make
support.
this work.
That's true. We're trying to make this work. And every merch purchase, every share that you do, every like and subscribe and all that stuff really goes a long way with us, with being little babies. Shit, this week we've got a Vanessa book.
Shit is right.
Yeah, I forgot to set a good girl timer, and I was about to say something, and then you both got back to back. So we're
Whatever.
out.
We still don't know
Well,
if it
then
matters.
I was gonna
but-
try to wait, but I did want to say that I was wrong in the I listened to the Den of Vipers episode.
Yeah.
I never said anything because I didn't say
Oh.
anything.
Uh-huh.
I didn't call you out
No,
in the
I know,
episode.
and
And, when I was
I-
editing, I didn't text anybody. I was a good girl.
I know. I had to hear it in the flesh,
I was
just
like-
like everybody else.
I was
Yeah.
like, it is abundantly clear.
Several times we were like, it's in her vagina. And you were like, yeah.
I think it was because we were doing what we always do, where
Yeah.
we make Emily say it.
100%.
And then I was just like, that's it. Yeah, sure.
sure.
I don't want to think about it.
But yes, it was in the butt.
The bee stinger.
But-
Yes.
Yes.
And that was another thing, too, is that the bee stinger came around full circle in the reviews.
We're witches. That's why.
I was blown away.
Yeah,
Wait.
we were talking you called it a bee stinger.
Uh-huh.
And then in the review, someone was talking about a bee sting.
Right. Oh, yeah. They were like, they had a bee sting in their eye or something.
Yeah, and their mom
We're
had to dig
witches.
it out, and that
I
was
love it.
This book was worse than that.
I love it. Good people, Goodreads, linked up with us. Look at us.
Love it.
So yeah, so I just wanted to.
Is this the book? I was trying to ask you earlier, but then I was like, save it for the pod. Is this the book that you were telling me last week that you were just kicking your feet, like thrashing around while you were reading it? Because you were like,
Thrashing.
you said that you were like, just like obsessed. Is this that book?
Maybe. Well, So we didn't record last week. And me and Barbara were talking about how like it's been kind of hard because we've been recording like 2 episodes a week.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to read for fun.
Anything I want. Yeah.
But I was like, of course, every book that I read, I love and I want to do for the show. So I was like, I just need to be merging the two together, the way that I do a book for the show and the way that I read for fun. So I was just like, every book that I read, I'm going to treat it that way. So I literally read 5 books last week.
Take 1 week off and you're just like, brrr.
So I read an entire series that was recommended to me by a friend of the pod, Grace.
Is this one of the Grace books that you're sharing?
Yeah.
Oh
She's
my
a
gosh.
big audiobook girl.
Yeah.
And so she was telling me about all these narrators and how these are really good books for, and I even downloaded the first book with an audio.
Oh, did you listen to it?
A little bit, not a lot, just because I can only do it in the car.
You only like it if I'm reading it.
Yes.
True for me as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but it was quality. It
Yeah?
was like the guy did not sound, no offense, cheesy.
Did you get all horned up in the car?
No, because it wasn't really like a scene that was like, it was more like early on when I was like reading the book.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll listen to it entirely since I paid for it.
I just know when I hear the clips on TikTok of the audiobooks,
They're
it really is just
wild.
like, oh,
Oh.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I definitely send you some.
Yes. That sound with men doing the bare minimum.
The
God.
second and third book in the series is about the brother, and it was so good.
That's what you were kicking your feet
yes,
about.
but this one is just as good. But that's what we're gonna hear about.
Is
Today.
this the first book of this series? Okay. Take the floor. What's
Do
it
your
called?
worst.
What's the synopsis? What's the
Yeah, what do we get this
series?
week? Are
it's
we allowed
called-
to know the title?
Yeah, Sinners Anonymous.
Sinners Anonymous.
This sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Well, they're all named so similarly. Like A Sinner's Promise. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Sinners. I don't know what the series is called, but like the next one's like Sinners Condemned, Sinners
It's
Consumed.
not the Sinners, the band.
No, I knew you were going to
That's
say
the
that.
Laura book. These are Grace books.
These are Grace books.
Ooh, okay.
It's by Somme Sketcher, and it came out in 2021.
Ooh, okay.
Christmas.
Ooh.
Actually, it came out on December 28th. That's Birdie's birthday.
Oh my God. Happy
Aw,
birthday, Bat
happy
Dog.
birthday.
Artist of the pod.
348 pages. So it's not very long.
Ooh.
I was like, wow, that's long.
That's a big one.
Okay, my fiance's nephew knows every sin I've ever committed, and he's about to become the deepest and darkest of all of them.
What?
My name...
We haven't recorded in a while, and I'm not even like, that's not. Huh?
The nephew's going to be her sin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is this
Ew.
a child?
Ew, is this like family like
You being a pervert again?
It's her fiance's nephew.
So there's no blood, but it's still family. Okay.
How old is
Is
he?
that her sin? Did she bang him?
Is he an adult?
They're all adults.
I think of
Consenting,
nephew automatically being 6
knowing.
years old.
Developed frontal lobe? We good?
Age yet?
Oh, I'm sorry. You were reading the synopsis.
I'm sorry, you tried to get through one sentence.
I didn't. Actually, yeah, I got through 2.
Look at us.
Her name is...
What?
Her name is Neat.
No, her name is Rory.
Rory.
Yeah, but they call her Aurora in the book.
I feel like it'd be the other way around.
Yeah. I think it's because no one is her friend. Okay.
like they're mean to her, or they're just. Is she bullied?
Does she kind of suck?
No.
But she gets bullied.
I'm gonna tell. Let me just finish this.
If only there were a way to know.
My name is Rory Carter, and I do bad things. There's a charred soul under this angelic exterior, and sometimes I wonder if my weekly confessions to Sinners Anonymous hotline will be enough to heal it. Marrying the 70-something head of the Nosa Costra to save my
Mafia.
Italian mafia.
Yes.
Hey.
To save my father is the only good deed I've ever done. I'm burning and bitter under the fake smile and the tight dresses, but I was keeping it together. Until my fiance's nephew turns up to dinner uninvited. Angelo Vicious Visconti.
It makes sense. It's a nephew that her husband is 70 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the nephew
You
is.
should have said that. Just kidding.
Hello.
Getting there. A beautiful monster with cheekbones as sharp as his tongue, and they say I should be scared of him because 9 years ago he went straight. Oh, they say I shouldn't be scared of him because 9 years ago he went straight. He's barely a made man anymore, but I say he's the most dangerous of them all.
I assume straight, like he's good, not like
you should be afraid of the guy who's no longer a bad guy.
You shouldn't be afraid of.
You shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be afraid of him any longer because he's gone straight.
right. He's not. He doesn't work with them anymore.
Yes.
Okay, but she's afraid of his sharp cheekbones and sharp tongue.
Well,
Yeah.
he's definitely. You can tell he's a bad boy.
He's still got edge to him.
Yeah.
I bet he has secrets too.
He doesn't return his shopping cart.
Oh my God.
I'm scared.
Okay. It's not just because his cold sneer makes my pulse flutter or the way his syrupy drawl trickles down my spine.
What?
Syrupy drawl?
I thought you said jaw.
I thought that too.
Syrup all over his jaw. He's
all
pancakes.
sticky.
Oh, my God. This
Syrupy
is a long synopsis. I
drawl.
really should have read this before.
Whoops.
Drawl.
Drawl. Like
Syrupy drawl.
Probably the way he talks.
Okay.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
I know, that's what I think
He's just
of.
like on meds.
I'm full of syrup. Sipping on some
I can't keep it in my mouth.
Oh my God. He holds all of my sins in his big rough hands, and the only sins darker than mine are his own.
What's this hotline you call? This sounds like a
Ooh.
priest situation.
Okay, so their family, this is in Oregon. It's on the coast. I know.
Okay.
They came from they came from Italy, and there were too many Irish in the East Coast, so the mom said, "Let's go to Oregon. Let's go west."
We're going west. We're going on the
Okay,
Oregon
Laura
Trail.
Ingalls, Little House on the Prairie.
She's like, look, we were traveling with this Donner family, but they got stuck in some snow.
I knew this was gonna be
Like 9 different times, Emily and I've already looked at each other like, what? Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, so there were 3 brothers when they came over from Italy. One went to
Market.
they basically got
One ran-
they basically got 3 towns on the coast. One's the Cove, one's the Hollow, and one's the Dip. I don't know why they call it the Dip.
Instead
I think
of
it's like
Portland, Eugene, and Astoria.
yeah.
Okay.
They're all on the coast. I don't know. Okay, so
I love that people listen to this, but even if they didn't, we'd still do this. This
Yeah, we're
is so
just
fun.
having fun. We would just be like, oh, we forgot to hit record. LOL. Oops.
oh my God. Okay, so the Cove is like
Dip?
fancy casinos, hotels, lots of like gambling, shopping, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
The Hollow is like where they make whiskey and they smuggle drugs and stuff like that.
Is this set in now times?
Yes.
Okay.
And the Dip is
Nowadays.
like kind of like a working class, like the cannery and the docks.
Okay.
They smuggle a lot of drugs. But that brother that took over that area decided that he didn't want to be like a made guy. He wanted to be
Straight.
like a deacon at a church.
Oh.
So they are priests anonymous.
Well, the
Oh.
dad basically was using the church against the city, like basically to hear all their sins and like use them against them.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Smart.
So
And then doesn't have to pay taxes.
literally
talking.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they actually make the most money
Yeah.
out of all the 3 towns, even though it's like kind of like a rundown town.
God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Well, they're just smuggling a lot of stuff through the docks and stuff like that. And then
a lot of wine for the service.
so
Where's it coming from? Who can say?
It was water when we got it.
So Angelo's family is from the Dip, and his
Okay.
dad was the father of
The
the church or
deacon.
the deacon. Yeah. And 10 years ago, the mom and the dad died,
Oh.
and he wasn't a good guy. But Angelo is the oldest of the family, so he's supposed to take over. But he decides he was like living in London at the time to go to school.
Hello.
No.
And he decided like he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to be a maid guy. I'm going to stay in London, start an investment firm. And he's been there for the last 10 years. And so basically no one is doing anything with the town because if he says he doesn't want to do it, then no one can do anything to it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sure.
So the main character, Aurora, she's from the Dip too.
I
Okay.
grew up there.
Yes. And so she she agrees to marry. His name is Alberto, the man that she's supposed to marry, but
Should've
they
known.
call him Big Al. I know. I don't want to call him
It's getting
Alberto.
worse.
I know.
I gotta
no.
admit, because we got like our guy Alberto that like helps us out around here.
I know an Al, and this is
My dog's name is Albert.
Oh God, this is getting real weird.
As long as you call him
Angelo.
Beef, then I won't think of my dog.
So he's old and not
Yucky.
Yeah. So basically, she agrees to marry him to like save this property, like a wildlife preserve, and her dad is a retired.
I don't know why. I
only
was just waiting for Christmas Tree Farm or something.
Yeah, I immediately went to Love Life Farm.
It's so weird. So her dad is like a retired ranger from this wildlife preserve, and he lives in a cabin, and he's like retired there.
Right.
And so she is kind of a bird nerd. Like she can tell like by bird calls like what kind of bird it is.
Hell yeah.
And she doesn't
All right, she doesn't have friends. So
she doesn't cuss. She uses bird words.
Oh.
So the whole is pretty
we're gonna need to cast her like Zendaya, like
blonde hair, brown eyes.
I said.
Blonde hair, brown eyes. We've been in such a Blake Lively phase lately. I don't
I'm just so thrown by the bird cussing. I don't.
like, what does she say?
Like, oh, flamingo.
No, I can't.
God.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Where she's like, what, the chickadee? Using my
yeah.
birds. Or
Ostrich.
I guess she'd say, what, the finch?
Yes. There you go.
I can't think of any. I just said ostrich.
Ostrich. Oh,
no.
okay. Blonde hair, brown eyes?
Yeah.
I'm going to need to learn more about her because
Yeah,
right
let's
now
just-
I'm like,
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, if you could just look past all of that, like, who
I don't.
cares?
I
If you
can't.
just look past everything about her.
Just ignore that. Okay, wait. His name is Angelo. Remember in Practical Magic, what's the guy's name? Angelo. Remember when
Maybe.
Nicole
Ooh,
Kidman
yeah.
is talking about him?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
What's
his first name or not.
From ER.
Sure.
Yes, that one guy. I don't know what the
George Clooney.
No.
He replaced George Clooney in it, I think.
There you
no,
go.
they
I
were
knew
in
it.
it together, I'm pretty sure.
Like
I
I
don't
said,
know.
they were in it together. I haven't watched it. I'm just agreeing with whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, it could be
Angelo.
Nicole Kidman, which doesn't fit at all. But like I said, we need to cast
That
somebody
works.
really
Nicole Kidman could be
from
that.
Practical
Sure.
Magic. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can do bird stuff. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Young
Yes.
Nicole Kidman, 90s Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Big Al is not nice to her. He makes her dress up in like these hoochie mama outfits. She's got super long curly hair and he doesn't like it, so he makes her straighten it. She's kind of got this like housekeeper lady that helps her straighten her hair all the time. She's got like burn marks on the back of her neck.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
From straightening it all the time.
Yeah.
Now,
she's
as
gotta
a
get-
professional,
yeah.
does this upset you?
Well, she's not a professional.
As a professional, she needs to get a professional.
She also has to be escorted everywhere. Like he won't let her use like a regular phone. Like she has a burner phone that has like a couple of numbers programmed in it, and she has like a bodyguard. So he lets her visit her dad twice a week, and like one of his lackeys takes her to visit him. A lot of the book takes place on where that church is. And it's right across from the wildlife preserve. So he drops her off at the church that Angelo's parents
Okay.
were, or his dad was a deacon at.
Okay.
I don't know what bird watching, whatever, but I'm just picturing someone like in the bushes.
Yeah.
Like, just sitting there. Okay, yeah.
Well, she's not bird watching.
right.
She
I
wish
didn't
she
say that.
was. She'd
visit-
rather be bird watching.
Yeah,
Yeah, she would.
100%.
So she's like, oh, I guess I'll go to the church instead of going to my wildlife preserve.
No, he drops her off at the church and then she walks to the wildlife preserve.
Sneaky.
Such
So
a bad
that's
girl.
where she's like waiting. That's where she meets her bodyguard
Okay.
to pick her up every day.
Okay.
So when she's waiting for her bodyguard to meet, that's when she meets Angelo. She doesn't know who he is, and
But
he's
got
back
a
in
sharp
town.
tongue. I know
Yeah.
that's like how he speaks, but I'm just picturing like a really pointy tongue.
And a really pointy cheekbones.
Yeah.
Like I'm picturing how they drew Croc from the book. Like whenever they do like the fan art.
Yeah,
with,
he
like, the real
does have
sharp
like
features.
black hair and green eyes.
Black hair and green eyes.
I want to picture the guy. I want to picture Angelo from Practical Magic.
All right,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what
But
his name
before
was.
he's like coming back to life with needles in his eyes and all kinds of nonsense.
Depends on how this book goes.
Honestly, at this point, fuck it.
So they meet on the cliff by the church, and she's like standing on the edge, like
Oh my God, Titanic.
Being dramatic.
She is kind of being dramatic. Her wedding is like a month away, and she's like, "What the fuck have I gotten myself into?"
Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
I can't marry a cow.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
She doesn't even know that he's standing next to her until he says, are you trying to fly or fall or something like that?
He probably said fly.
I'm a bird, you're a bird.
No, he asked both. Are you trying to fall or fly? Like, are you trying?
Yeah, I get it.
So she gets scared and he doesn't really say anything else. And she's thinking he's like a dick. Like, you just witnessed me, like, maybe trying to jump over, like, and you're not even going to say anything or try to help me. And
He's like, you didn't, though.
basically, and he just
It worked.
It worked.
He just leaves. So she's waiting for the bodyguard and she makes a phone call to the sinner's hotline. They never
What
say.
is the sinner's
So
hotline?
after his dad died,
It's like confessions.
they wanted to keep the confessions going, but obviously they didn't want to assign somebody to the church.
Yeah.
Well, it's pandemic time, too, so they couldn't do in person.
Yes.
True.
So they
2021.
started the hotline and just basically started handing out business cards everywhere, leaving
QR codes
them.
and books. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's like us.
Yeah. And so they use it as like a confessional, basically.
Okay.
There
Do
was
we
a-
have the phone number?
No.
There
We
was
could
a
get one.
thing that someone did like IRL in New York in the 70s.
Yeah.
There was a podcast I listened to about it. And
remember
then, yeah, it was just people calling and it was like started as like an art project thing. And then people calling and confessing stuff, things they just couldn't tell anybody. And then there was someone that called confessing to murders and stuff. And then I think they realized it wasn't real, but they got
We should bring that back.
FBI involved. I know, I'm ready. Ooh, what was that Post Secret? Remember? Did you ever-
I was trying to think of that. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Secrets of New York or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Post Secret was good.
Post Secret,
I'm sure
yeah.
it still exists.
That was
but
a good time.
we should get a Google number and have
Payphones.
people call and tell us your deepest, darkest
Oh my
secrets.
God.
Yeah.
I just want to hear the tea.
Or email them.
That's a terrible idea, but let's do it.
It's
You
more
can get we have a
anonymous.
Google phone number.
I know. That's why we should. Can we? I don't know.
Stay tuned. Okay.
Emily's personal cell phone number is
Area code.
the number of the salon.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So obviously we know Angelo is the family member. So they have like fucking dinner every Friday and lunch every Sunday with
Like
the
annoyed
family.
by it.
These people are all way too involved with their families. Earlier, when you said she sees her father twice a week, I'm like, that's way too often. What are you doing?
I mean, I guess she's miserable. So
Yeah, it's probably like her only. It's literally the only alone time she gets away from her husband or her fiance.
okay.
Yeah, I'd jump.
They also, yeah, right. They also don't. He won't let her tell anybody that they have a deal because he wants to build like a hotel spa at the preserve. He's like, it's the perfect place.
Okay.
But because she's agreeing, he doesn't want anybody to know that their marriage is a sham. So all of his family just think that she's like a gold digger.
Right.
And they kind of talk shit on her like, you're just marrying this old, because he's old and gross. Everybody
Yeah.
knows it. Yeah.
He's beefy.
Beef.
Big Al.
Oh my
There
God.
you
I'm
go.
just picturing Albert.
He's just
Beefy
a
boy.
bulldog head with a human body, with a Tony Soprano
Tony
body.
Soprano body.
Doesn't realize how big he is yet.
No, actually, he does have like a big old belly.
There you
So
go.
does Albert.
Yeah. And Tony Soprano.
We knew.
So he shows up to family dinner and she's obviously worried that he's going to tell Big Al that he saw her because she's not supposed to be alone either.
Right.
But she was also wearing comfy clothes at the time. And when she's like,
It's like
It's
incognito
against
mode.
the rules.
Yeah.
well, when she is at the house, her hair has to be straight and she has to have like cleavage. Her butt's practically hanging out. She's wearing like stilettos. It's
Wow.
Oh,
totally
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how she is.
Everybody's like telling like bad boy stories about Angelo before he went straight, just about like
Doesn't bring a shopping cart back. Yeah.
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 but
Terrorist.
he's like a millionaire now, and
Oh, he sounds great.
Yeah.
She
So he does curbside now, so he doesn't have to do the shopping cart.
There you go.
he
Everyone
probably
wins.
has a shopper. He probably
Hell
hasn't
yeah.
been to the grocery store.
It's like it's a HEB app. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Curbside. We're good.
So she thinks like maybe he's not so bad like everybody else because he hasn't told anybody her secret.
Yeah. They're developing some trust.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
But when they have kind of like an after party after dinner. They go down to the basement and they're like, they have a bartender and they're like drinking and dancing and stuff. And more people come after dinner. And he's in the cigar room with Angelo and Big Al. And he calls her in there to like introduce them like properly.
Oh,
and he
parrot.
like grabs her and like pulls her down on his lap and is like, show him the ring. And when she goes to show him, he grabs her by the wrist.
Al or the other guy?
Angelo.
Oh, Angelo.
And like pulls her off his lap. It's just kind of
Like a little thing.
Yeah, like most of the time people just kind of like look at the ring, but
He asserted some dominance.
yes.
Would you say, what trope is this? Enemies to lovers or?
Definitely
Birds.
They don't like each other because she finds out that he's from the dip. And so she's like, I'm trying to keep this family out of my town. And this is the guy that's supposed to be running it. And now he's back into town. Like, what's going to happen? So that also like raises a lot of red flags because Alberto is telling her that he's not going to do something, but it's not even his city. It's
not even his
Angelo.
city.
Not even his city. I said, oh, parrot a minute ago and nobody noticed. And I just need somebody to be aware that you guys wouldn't be surprised if I just started talking about birds and all
I
that.
just read a whole book full of bird words, so I wouldn't even notice.
She's used to it.
Little bird freak over here.
Angelo kind of gives Alberto like a little bit of lip. He's like, "Oh, you've
A little
had
bit of beak.
Which lip?
He's like, "Oh, you've had so many wives," and she's kind of shocked because no one ever talks shit to him.
Oh my God, he's not like other nephews.
Yeah.
God, he can stand up to him.
Or there's his son. He has a bunch of sons too.
He's not like the other boys.
He kind of shows her off too and says that she's a virgin and that they're like saving it for their wedding night. And that is like part of the contract.
And did she only do butt stuff prior to that?
I knew it. Before we recorded,
We're talking shit on people from our past that we don't know or don't even know their names, but they're so good. That they're good Christians and that they were like,
butt stuff doesn't count.
Butt stuff doesn't count. And so we were making fun of that.
More power to you, but that's okay. Okay.
Teach their own.
Oh,
you know?
parrot.
Oh, parrot. Oh.
What's wrong, Vanessa?
Nothing. This is why you don't tell Emily stuff.
I didn't.
I don't know anything.
You were saying?
I have the memory of a
cockatiel.
So
I had a bird growing up. Her name was Sunshine.
For real?
I had a
Yeah,
bird
I'm trying to build more lore for you guys because you are always
I
surprised
just
on the
keep
lore.
finding new things. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put that in that file. Okay, this.
Okay. Oh, it goes like this. Oh, anyway.
What kind of bird was it?
A cockatiel.
that
Was it
face
white?
that Emily's making. She doesn't like birds.
I love outside birds. I've got my whole setup. Birds in the house. Bird people.
She's cute.
They're still
Have
alive?
you ever held a bird on your finger?
No.
Yeah, it changes. It changes you.
I had a parrot when I was little. Her name was Katie.
Do your grandma have a parrot? Did she have a bird?
Oh yeah, JD. He's still alive. He's
my
older
God.
than me.
Eric's parents would have tortoises, you know? They live forever.
Oh, really?
Well, rip. But yeah, it was always a joke between him and his brother. Who's getting it? Well,
Yeah.
no one now.
That was kind of the running joke in my family too.
They named him Mr. T.
Yeah.
Mr. T.
Oh my God.
Aw.
Okay, anyway, what were you something about butt stuff, Vanessa?
Birds?
I didn't say
Birds in
anything
the butt?
about it.
Birds in the butt?
Any of
Anonymous
that.
hotline?
Oh, she's a virgin.
Right.
And that was part of the contract.
Right.
Yeah.
Is she really a virgin?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because she's
Nobody
always
likes
talking
her.
about birds.
Yeah. Bird stuff doesn't count.
They end up alone after the introduction, and he says something about how her ring looks heavy enough to weigh her down if she decides to fall.
Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell?
Like you would definitely
Titanic.
sink to
Oh,
the
you go
bottom
right
in
to the
this or
bottom.
something like that.
Oh, we should watch Titanic. Stop the recording.
Wow. Okay. So she realizes that he recognizes her.
Right.
Because that's what he said earlier.
Right.
And he also kind of like rubs his like scruff on her face when he like leaves.
Oh. He just like gets really close.
Yeah, he like leans
just gives her
in and he says something
Eskimo
about
kisses.
it would weigh you down. Whatever I said.
His
Something about
scruff.
Titanic.
Now I'm thinking
and it
about
was-
Titanic.
Yeah.
You would definitely sink to the bottom.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like you would do, and then he rubs his scruff on her face. That's nice. Did she ink?
Definitely. Yeah.
Whisker burn.
Yeah.
Oh.
So at the party, he kind of watches her a little bit, but he's just like, no, he's like giving her like the stank.
He's just in the corner with his sharp cheekbones, and holding it up.
He's actually giving her the stank eye.
What?
I don't know. I think he can tell that she's like asking everybody about him, like what's his deal, you
He's
know?
just being extra mysterious.
Yeah. So she's like trying to leave the party, and he happens to be outside on his phone.
Uh-huh.
And throughout the book, she's like stealing stuff from the family. I think she's thinking like she might need like a backup plan in case something happens with Alberto. She's gonna need money to help out her dad and her, obviously.
Pretty solid prenup situation.
Yeah. So she's been stealing, like she stole somebody's watch. She stole a bunch of stuff. But
Hell yeah,
this
girl.
night she stole Alberto's daughter takes off her necklace at dinner. And it's like a pearl necklace, and she stuffs it in her bra.
It's the heart of the ocean.
Oh my God.
And so when she's leaving the party, she runs into Angelo, and he looks like he's about to like caress the top of her like cleavage, but he pulls out the pearl necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, maybe if you looked a little more enthusiastic on your fiance's lap, he'd buy you nice things and you wouldn't have to steal them.
Oh my God, I love it.
But
He's
then
like,
he ends up just giving them back to her.
I know it. Yeah.
He's like, I'll give you a pearl necklace of your own.
Oh my God.
Later.
Oh my God.
You know who else likes to take shiny? Sorry, my voice cracked on that.
Thank you, Vanessa, because we were like, who likes pearl necklaces? Who are you? What the fuck?
You know who? You know what
I'm
else?
not wearing pearls today.
You know what else likes shiny objects?
Magpies.
Crows.
Oh, crows.
Yeah.
So true.
He does call her when he finds out that
Crow?
he calls her a magpie.
That's not better.
Well, I think
Much
because
worse.
they're attracted to shiny things because everybody thinks that she's a gold digger.
What would
Right.
be worse than magpie? Pigeon? That's not
yeah.
good.
This is more when they don't like each other.
Goldfinch would be cute.
Goldfinch. Cardinal.
Ooh. Red
None of
shoulder
these
hawk.
are
Ostrich.
none of these are cute.
I'm trying to think of all the birds that
Parakeet.
come up on my little haiku box.
Chickadee.
Cockatoo.
Monk parakeets. That's what
No.
in Austin.
I think pigeon is not great.
I think pigeons, yeah.
Yeah.
Go your little
Owl?
pigeon toad. Oh.
So, anyways,
She's like, I fucking like this book, guys. Knock it
I
off.
love Vanessa books.
it's funny. I liked it.
You
I'll
liked
tell you-
it enough
I'll
to
tell you
read the
later.
whole series.
Yes.
So I'm
I
waiting.
am so easy though. Like I can
Yes.
literally.
You little slut. You little slut.
She's a busy businesswoman.
She's like, look, I do this for pleasure.
I just think I can let go a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
For books. It's
Yeah.
weird. With movies, I'm like, ugh, fucking kill me.
Yeah.
Turn it off. But with a book, I'm like, I don't care.
I love it.
Yeah, you're just like,
don't care.
just keep reading.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like I don't see the bird words after a while.
Right.
Some people counted how many times she said goose. Okay, anyways.
Oh, foghorn leghorn. I'm just thinking of birds now. What?
He's kind of the church and the cliffside and the wildlife preserve are a very like prominent place in the book. He just happens to be over there when her bodyguard is picking her up.
Okay.
And he notices like it's raining and he's like has her under an umbrella and they're like really close and he like kind of kisses her on the cheek and he does not like that. So later at dinner, before dinner, she overhears Alberto talking about adding in some clause to their contract and to just forge her name on it.
Okay.
And so she's like digging around.
No more bird words.
He's basically like, the lawyer's like, I don't think we should do that. Like, if she finds out, she could sue you. And he's like, she's stupid. She won't even know this.
So true. What is she going to get, a bird lawyer?
This is a new bird law.
So she is snooping in the office and Angelo finds her in there.
Of course.
But when Alberto walks in on them, he lies for her.
He loves her.
and just says that they were talking.
Not
but
fucking.
At dinner, she's sitting next to her bodyguard, and he basically says, like, I don't think that me leaving you unattended twice a week is really worth the risk anymore, unless there's something that we can like
workout.
Yes.
Oh, the bodyguard is saying.
He's
Yes.
pulling the landlord gross move
Yes.
of like,
Yeah,
scratch my
yeah.
back.
He wants something in return. He's always kind of like,
She's like, I'm a virgin.
he's always like ogling her. And like I said, he kissed her on the cheek and he's
Yeah.
always like getting close to her and saying like how pretty she is, whatever. Angelo stands up like he's going to make a speech and he just shoots him.
Oh, I like that.
Barbara's
Barbara's
in.
pointing her toes. She's kicking her little feet. She liked that.
Just thinking about birds. I love
I'm like
them
a bird.
flying. They're in a V. Oh,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
wow.
So then,
He says that
and everyone's like, oh, okay.
well, he said that through Sinners Anonymous that he had called and confessed that he was selling information to
So
the Russians.
he is on the other end of the phone.
Yes.
Big reveal, everyone.
Ah.
Yeah. Him and his brothers. He has 2 other brothers.
It's good to have a hobby.
Do they not like Alberto?
He says later on in the book, I'll kind of get to that, but he says, like, I don't really like him. I don't agree with him, but I'll always respect him because that's family.
Well, he's the boss.
Yeah. Well, he's the boss of his town,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Anjo's the boss of his town.
It's like Tony. He's the boss of New Jersey.
Yeah.
And then there was
New York.
all the guys in New York.
Yeah. So it's basically kind of the same thing. Like
Hey.
different.
Hey.
They're all related, but they all have their own families, their own shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Familia.
Familia.
You'll be happy to know I'm done with my Soprano summer.
Okay.
Well, it will live on forever. That's
Yeah, I
what
was gonna
Dallas
say,
says.
we still
but
hear about Dallas.
True.
I'm going to watch West Wing now. So get
Oh,
ready
shit.
for some political nonsense.
Great.
A lot of Aaron Sorkin walking and talking and
good
talking
time.
and walking. And we're walking and we're talking.
And we're quick and it's fast and,
And
it's
we're
quick
quick
and
and
it's the
we're fast and there's
90s,
a
so
little
everything
quip.
sounds a little weird, but
Yes.
we're doing it and it's so.
Yeah. And then it's a moment of, yes. Da-na-na.
Wow.
Okay.
Do
So
you ever watch Newsroom? Hang on, Vanessa.
I know you're trying to stay on topic, but you know. Which one was that one?
It's Aaron Sorkin, but they're
Oh,
news.
yeah. It was Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah, these poignant speeches that they make where it
Yeah.
all makes sense
Just
and all that.
soapboxes everywhere.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Back to Sinners Anonymous.
So
Do you think that you could do a bird call?
Let
We got
me
it.
think.
Yeah, you're like one of those mockingbirds that just sounds like a car alarm.
I could pull up some bird calls.
You don't
Actually, I
need
can't
to.
because on my phone.
Do you want friends?
For all my bird friends, get a haiku box and it's like Shazam for bird noises. So then I know what birds are around
I'm
me.
going to get attacked by all the bird lovers.
Okay,
I got
anyways, later in his POV, he saw that she was scared of Max, but I think he thought that she was sleeping with him.
Max the bodyguard.
Yeah, so at first he was like, oh, I'm going to kill him because I think they're sleeping together, but also I'm going to kill him now because he's like manhandling her. She asked somebody how Angelo knew that he was giving up secrets, and somebody tells her that he owns the hotline.
He's the priest.
And she's like, oh shit, I've been calling. And
Everyone just calls it.
yeah, everybody in the book. Obviously, I don't think the bodyguard really did. That was a lie.
Do you have to
Oh.
start, like, you know how they say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned? Do they have to say, forgive me, Daddy, for I have sinned?
No, they don't.
No? Wow, I
You
should
can
be a
say-
writer.
You can say whatever you want.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, nobody knows who's on the other end.
You can say, oh, parrot.
Oh, parrot.
Okay, so now that her bodyguard is dead, like, who's gonna take me to see my dad?
Oh my God.
Meet the
Angelo.
Angela walks in on her and Albert in his office, and she's literally like, "What do I have to do to go visit my dad?" Like, I think she was gonna offer something.
Suck his D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. And so Angelo just happens to walk in at that moment, and he seems upset.
Oh, his
he loves
feelings
her.
got hurt.
Yeah.
He said, "I'll be
So-
the bodyguard."
He offered like jaw tight, nostrils flaring, mad. He's mad. Okay.
Growling at the camera now.
He offers to take her.
He's like, "I'll take you to your father."
He
Yeah.
offers to take her vaginally.
Yeah. When they get in the car, he says being a whore is unattractive because I think he knew
So
that.
don't be one, Angelo.
Right, but she's like, "But you also told me I need to be nicer to him, so he'll buy me presents."
Well,
Make
he
up your
was saying
mind, bro.
that because she was stealing. She's like, I'm not a whore. And he goes, and you're not unattractive.
Oh, okay.
I would hate you if you were this, but you're not that. So
Yeah.
great work.
Did she ever take him
Wow,
bird watching?
That sounds so much cuter to me than it does when I say it out loud.
Like it sounds better in your head?
Well, yeah, because he's basically saying like you're cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like you.
That's what I wanted your reaction to be.
I think I want maybe because we've ruined the book, but
Damn.
Something about him saying whores are unattractive, but you're not a whore. You're not unattractive. I
No,
don't know.
she
Like,
but you're not
said-
unattractive.
Right.
She said, I'm not a whore.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, and you're not unattractive.
so literally, what are you bringing up whores for?
Because she was like gonna whore herself out for.
I understand it. I just don't like it.
yeah. No, she's like, I get it.
I just channeled
All
Eric.
right.
That sounded like Eric right there.
So he wants to know why she's agreeing to this. And she kind of gives it away the way that she's like talking about the wildlife preserve. He's like, it's just a fucking swamp. Like, what do you care? And then he realizes like how much she does care about it and how much it means to her dad and her
She's
mom.
like the golden warbler is there, and you can only get it there.
Actually,
She's
there's
Snow White.
13 pairs of bald eagles that live there.
Oh, that's pretty tight.
Yeah. And there's some other birds that live there that only live in other areas of the world. They only come there because of the climate.
For their nesting season. It's important.
The way she talks about it, I'm like, dang, that's pretty cool.
Did this book give you any icks? I don't think it did.
No, I was like, I mean, how many times have we had mafia in like a weird place? Like I was like, oh, weird, Oregon. Okay, whatever. I've been there. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The bird stuff was like weird. It was a very weird premise. You know what I mean? But obviously, it is completely different than any other book I've read before.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
why
it.
you're into
You know
it.
what I
love
mean?
it.
Yeah, and I think it was just like how weird it was.
That it was different
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, that I was just like, this is fucking hilarious. I love
By
it.
no means am I saying that this book sounds like it has icks. It's just Emily and I making it as weird as fucking
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
And then
no,
you're
yeah,
like,
no.
I liked it.
I think I'm also the only stuff I know about books is through y'all. So this is a different book, different
Yeah.
style mafia book than
Yeah.
I'm used to. That's where I'm like, what the fuck
Mafia
is
and
happening?
Yeah.
Bird calls.
Yeah.
It's a swamp. No, it's beautiful.
Well, I think it's also just like they're just so different. Obviously,
Yeah.
she's just some girl bird nerd. You know what I mean? She wanted to go to like flight school to be like a pilot.
Be like a bird. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
She fucking loves Nelly Furtado.
she
hate
gets
that
in
song.
with this. Yeah, that's a pretty bad song. She gets in with this Italian family, and it just like changes her.
Right.
She almost kind of turns into like she's kind of deviant, you know, like she fucking hates this family.
She's stealing pearls.
Yeah.
well, she's also
Clutching pearl. Okay.
Oh.
she also apparently has been doing other stuff.
Setting fires?
When she
Blow?
tells Angelo, like when she finds out that he owns the hotline, she's like, don't listen to my sins. And he's like, you're a good girl. I'm not really worried about listening. Like, I only listen to like things that I think are going to be important.
Don't call.
Yeah, first of all.
Well, I think
don't
she's-
alert him to like, hey, I've been
I
calling.
think she's talking about her old calls.
Oh, he's like, that's not how this works. It doesn't automatically file you away with other people. But maybe it does. Who knows?
He can look up anything.
God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, we
You'll
find
know
out
it's her from the sound of all the birds in the background.
she's just been doing things to piss people off, like spitting in their drinks, cutting holes in their pockets,
Shitting on them when they walk by.
stealing.
Yeah, like a bird.
Stealing
Yeah.
their fries.
I shouldn't if I didn't tell you the bird stuff, you guys wouldn't.
What if you
know?
didn't reveal it until the end? Oh, by the way.
She's super into birds.
You know what? Instead of pigeon, seagull. That's worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because she's on the coast.
So he finds out, he puts two and two together that she's trying to save the preserve, which is funny because he owns it, not
Right.
Big Al.
Yeah.
And-
she's like, you're fucking the wrong horse. Yeah.
That's
She's climbing up the wrong tree.
That's basically what he says. He's kind of like, what could I make her do
You
for
can
me?
find the wrong horse.
She's watching too much Sopranos.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
Do they have sex in the swamp?
No.
We didn't guess pages.
Oh.
139.
I mean, I feel like we're pretty into it. 187.
I think it's 208.
Jesus. I mean, that makes sense because we haven't even gotten to them fucking yet. When do they even touch each other?
He's just saying she's not unattractive.
All right.
He's like, don't steal pearls.
There's kind of another he catches her trying to listen outside of Alberto's window.
Okay. In a ghillie suit.
She's burned.
And she's like, I need to go. And she's like, Alberto's going to wonder where I am. And he's like, well, tell him. And she was like, I don't think he'd want, how would you feel if your fiance was hanging out with some handsome man? And he was like, oh, you think I'm handsome? And she was like, well, I do need glasses, so don't get too excited.
That's cute.
And
keep him in his place.
He says something like, who do you think is better looking, me and she's like, that's not.
Bro.
Yeah, that's not really like.
Me or this bulldog over here.
He's like, who would you rather kiss?
Me or this bulldog over here, you know?
Do you want to hold hands? For a mafia book, this is very.
Yeah.
Do you like me?
Well,
do my lips look kissable?
They can't. They can't really do anything because
forbidden love.
Yeah, because it'll basically start a war with him and his uncle.
She wants to save the preserve. He owns the preserve. Big Al has nothing to do with it.
Start fucking the right horse.
So yeah, get on that right.
That does come up, but they'll just end up killing her.
She's in too deep.
Yeah.
She already kind of wanted to check out anyway.
True.
Yeah.
Fly.
Okay, so
does he cover her in birdseed when?
Oh yeah. She's like, I just want to feel the birds on me.
Oh.
Does he peck at her?
What's that movie? The Birds.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
That is.
Doesn't she have blonde hair?
Yeah. Is it Kim Novak in that? Who is the woman in it? Tippi Hedren.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tippi, and then it sounded wrong. So then I was thinking Pippi Longstocking.
That's Melanie Griffith's mom.
Yes. It
okay.
is.
It's Halloween, and she talks Alberto into letting her go to this Halloween party at one of their casino openings.
I
don't know what she dresses up as.
Who's Melanie Griffith's? Who's Melanie Griffith's daughter? Isn't that
Dakota
Fanning? Johnson?
Yeah.
Dakota Johnson?
Yeah.
Dakota Fanning. Same thing. She goes to the bathroom in the office, and when she comes out, Angelo's waiting for her. And she can't call the sinner's hotline anymore. And so he's like, just tell me your sin. And she tells him that she touched herself thinking about him. And then he asks her to show him
how she touched herself.
Show me on the doll.
Yeah.
So she does. And so she basically pleasures herself in front of him in the office. And he takes her underwear.
Does he jerk off while she's doing this?
No.
He just
breathes
real hard. Yeah.
I think he's kind of whispering in her ear some stuff, what
bird
he
noises.
would do if he could.
Cool.
The blue-toed raven. Just naming birds. Remember that episode of It's Always Sunny? Speaking of It's Always Sunny. Bird Law. But when they dress up for Halloween, and it's like, who got deep pregnant? And she's dressed like a bird.
Oh, yeah.
That's also what I'm picturing now.
I picture the Schitt's Creek when she's a crow, or she's in that play. So she pleasures herself in front of him. Would that be her first coming?
Yeah, but I didn't mark that as one because he makes her come in another way that we're going to read without touching her.
So the first coming happens after that?
Yes.
Sounds like Vanessa's cheating on the pages.
Well,
remember what's his face came in his pants and heartless
I guess
or
I
wifeless?
did mark that.
Anyway.
Well, she also, so she pleasured herself on her own, and then she pleasured herself with him.
She's coming all over the place.
Yeah.
But he helps her in a way, and that is what I marked as the first coming.
Does he finger her? Is that how he helps her?
He tickles her with a feather.
You're gonna find out. Okay, so he basically, the next day, she's like, we can't do that. You know what I mean? And don't ever tell anybody.
Yeah, it's good to think about that the day after.
Yeah. And he's like, I can't touch you. I never will. And she's like, who are you trying to convince, me or you? But the next time he takes her to see her dad, she's kind of upset. And she's basically saying things are weighing heavy on her conscience. And she wants to confess.
She's like, I can't call my hotline.
But he's offers something better.
Confessing to his dick?
Well, no, a form of atonement, and he spanks her.
Oh. How many spankings does she need?
I don't know. It doesn't. I don't remember.
Interesting.
But he basically like leaves.
Is her dad there?
Oh no, this is at the church.
Good.
That's good.
On the altar.
And dad doesn't go to church.
He spanks her on the altar at church?
Jesus.
Wow. There's like a little choir boy being like, what the fuck is happening?
No, it's closed. It's condemned.
People are putting a lot of money in the donations this week.
Yeah. Oh, it's condemned? It's a broken down church?
Yeah, nobody goes in there.
Sanitary.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then is that where he fucks her?
Nobody
Does he
goes
fuck
in there,
her
but people
church?
come in there, huh?
Ah, it's full of pigeons.
And
So more stuff happens.
Okay.
And she wants to atone again, but he won't let her. He basically says, we can't do this anymore. You're going to get married. This is literally like her engagement night. And the wedding's coming up pretty soon.
Okay.
And so she's like, maybe I'll do something that'll make you want to
Punish me?
Yeah. So she keys his car.
Oh. Did she say anything?
Did we establish how old she is?
She's 21. He's 36.
Okay.
And
She's
Big
21.
Al's
Is she like a slow
70.
developer? Is she like a little younger,
She's
maybe?
into birds. She
Hasn't
has a lot of
socialized a
friends.
lot.
This is where we're going to read.
Oh, after
She keyed his car.
in his car?
Mm-hmm.
Did she write something interesting, or was it just bird
She just
drawings?
keyed it.
Where was the car parked?
In front of the church.
Oh. Sinners Anonymous. It has a phone on the cover of the book. No. Okay. So they're at the church now.
They're outside. She's on the hood.
Like
She's on the hood of the
contained?
car. Face up, face down. What are we talking about here?
Face down.
Logistics.
Bent
so
over.
he has her bent over the car because she keyed the car, and he came out and he's like, come out here. You're
Pulled
gonna
her pants down, pulled her panties down.
Nice. Behind me, Angelo chuckles darkly, then moves to stroking the top of my head instead of fisting it. When his voice grazes the back of my neck, it's softer than before. Fuck, Aurora. I love it when you scream for me. It makes me want to spread that perfect pussy and shove my cock inside of you and give you something to really scream about.
Emily loves it.
It's just like we just went like right into
We
it.
just went
Usually
right
there's
into
a little
it,
bit
yeah.
of like
There was more stuff before, but it was too long.
Yeah, Vanessa always cuts out all the build up, and I have like 9 pages of build up. So.
Well, I either include too much or too little.
Same.
We left his hot mouth carves a path from my nape to the shell of my ear.
Hot mouth, you hate it.
Hot mouth. Ugh.
Oh.
I feel every second of it on my lower core.
Lower core as opposed to upper core?
Lower core versus upper core. She didn't feel it in her tits.
Gotcha.
She felt it in the lower core.
She doesn't have Tic Tacs.
She does not. Her Tic Tacs are not poking through. Somewhere in the very dark corners of my brain, there's a small voice saying, "This crosses the line." No, not the spanking. My sick logic allows me to justify that because I'm atoning for my sins.
Oh.
Enjoying it beyond belief just happens to be a side effect.
Oops.
Oopsies. But his lips touching my skin in such an intimate place. I know that's wrong. But I also know that right now, I couldn't care less.
I don't even care.
I don't even care.
I don't even care.
Get your hot lips on my hot lips. I extend my neck to expose more of it, to feel more of him against me, even if it'll earn me another spanking. His breath vibrates against the pulse of my throat.
How?
Here's one of those. How does this even work?
How does
His
the
what?
breath vibrate?
His breath vibrates against the pulse of my throat. Goose? What I'd give to feel that heat on my. What is goose? Like, is that a god or god damn it or
I guess.
shit?
I'm picturing the word goose, like a goose, like
Yeah.
the bird.
Goose and goose.
Yeah, it's
Goose?
it's a cuss word.
Goose.
Yeah, instead of
I think
like
God.
God. She looked past it.
She's the bird nerd swearing like bird words.
Yeah, in her head.
And he said goose, or she said goose?
She said goose.
I thought he said goose, and he
No.
was calling her goose.
I thought so at first too, but
And I was real.
No, that's in her head.
That's
This is-
that's worse than pigeon.
this is still her. Like he talks like an adult.
Goose.
Because his next line is very adult. Her internal thought is like,
She's thinking about geese.
Goose, what I'd give to feel that heat on my pussy and feel his heavy weight. She'll say goose, but instead of God, but not like pussy. But she'll say pussy just fine. Anyways.
Well, it's in her brain. It's also not out loud.
We can't account for what happens in our brains. That is true.
That's true. And feel his heavy weight on top of me instead of just behind me. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Aurora? Wait, you'd like that, would you, Aurora? If I shoved my cock inside you, my moan leaves my lips as thick as syrup.
What's with the syrup
A lot
everywhere?
of syrup. There's a lot of syrup work here. And it's followed by a short gasp when his teeth nip my earlobe. Yeah, that's definitely crossing the line. When I don't reply, he stretches the belt taut over my backside in a silent threat. Heart thumping even harder. I nod. Say it. Yes, I gasp. I want you to shove your cock inside of me. But she won't say God.
Well, cock is a bird.
His tut?
God.
His tut comes low and throaty beside me?
Like,
Kind of
Like King Tut?
yes. Like Steve Martin, his King Tut song.
King
Tut.
Or like Winnie the Pooh, he goes like, tut tut, looks like rain.
Both of those.
You're a taken woman, Aurora, he growls, dragging the belt over the curve of my ass and between my thighs. What would your soon-to-be husband do if he heard you wanted my cock inside you instead? Do you think you'd enjoy his belt against your backside as much as you do mine? Is his belt his dick? Or is it an
What?
actual belt?
it's an actual belt.
He's spanking her, so he's
He's-
threatening to use a belt.
Oh, he's like rubbing the leather belt. Okay.
Yeah, he's dressed.
But would you like it if it was your husband's?
No, I don't like any of it, but I definitely don't want Big Al here.
That would be a really big belt too. I shake my head.
A lot of power behind
It's like a big, like a long, like Indiana Jones whip. The only one you want spanking you, aren't I? Yes, I'm the only one you want to fuck. Wait, I'm the only one you want to fuck you. He punctuates his sharp words with another spank against my clit. Ugh. This time, my legs threaten to give away. Yes, yes, I moan, pressing my palms hard into the hood as if it'll relieve any of the tension building between my legs.
Caw-caw.
But I know the only way I'll find relief is if Angelo keeps doing that right there. And when your husband fucks you on your wedding night, all you'll be thinking about is me. Another hard sting slap. Psh. Wishing it was my cock stretching your tight pussy open. Psh. Yes, I sob. God, how I wish it'd be you. Please, Angelo.
Goose, how I wish it'd be you.
I know, right? She'll say God,
Goodness.
but she'll think goose. Please don't stop doing that. Please. Behind me, he stills. Goes so silent that I can only hear the blood thumping in my ears. This, he hisses, with another spank. Yes, I whimper, opening my... So he's just spanking and like slapping her puss.
To each their own is not for me. I am so... This
She's
is
like, look, I'm
not
still
my...
a virgin. Doesn't count.
Only butt stuff.
Love the pretense of them like, you can't cheat on your fiance. You're
Yeah.
going to marry him. And when he's fucking you, you're going to think about me while I'm
Slap.
spanking you in a church parking lot over the hood of my car. Like,
With a
what?
belt on your punani.
You're definitely getting married still. Okay.
My lips and clit sting deliciously, and I can feel my wetness trickling down the seam of my thigh.
Syrup.
Bad girls don't get to come, Rory, he says in a tone that borders on malice.
Come from what? The spanking?
I think so. I think she's ready to come from it. I'm begging you.
Okay.
I can't hear you. Please, Angelo. Please, I'm begging you to let me come. He groans. Fuck, baby. Another slap lands on my clit. Psh. Lurching me forward. The bundle of nerves down there.
In her lower core.
In her lower core. Aches with a mix of pain and pleasure.
I bet it fucking... Okay.
The tension brewing like a storm. Another slap. Psh. Yes, I gasp. Please don't stop. I'm almost there. I'm cresting an orgasm, chasing the delicious high that only Angelo and his leather belt can give me.
She's laying an egg.
He spanks me again, and then again, and then when my knees buckle and a million fireworks erupt in my lower stomach and send a wave of delirium over my entire body, he holds the belt there, offering me cold, hard friction to rub against.
Yummy. That might be, I mean,
That's
this is
our first coming from whipping.
This is a bold.
Face hurts.
This is, does she do the, okay, so she comes from the whipping. And the belt
This
work.
is a bold statement. That might be the least sexy scene. Oh man,
didn't
that
do
is
anything
not
for you.
That is not for me.
No,
That is not for me.
I don't
know
wanna
that
be in her
others. I know
position.
that others get a lot of enjoyment in their lower and upper cores. That's great. I don't get it. I understand it. I don't get it.
Yeah, this was definitely a first for me in a book. And if I had to read it, so did you.
Ride that wave.
Ride it,
Surfing the cosmos.
Does she end up marrying Big Al?
No.
What?
Wow.
Angelo kills him.
He kills
Yeah,
Al?
he does. Yeah, he does. Al sucks.
Dang, Al sucks. He didn't even really like him. So is he now in charge?
Well, no, his son takes over his territory. And Angelo ends up coming back and staying in the dip and taking over his
He dips.
own.
He dips. Does the son, is he cool with him killing his dad? Or he's like, I mean, I was ready for him to go.
I mean,
See book two.
obviously, yeah.
Ah.
It definitely, I don't think Big Al and his oldest son didn't really get along. And so
Daddy issues.
Succession. Yeah.
definitely.
Sure.
I think when everybody finds out what he's been up to,
Right.
he kind of is like, well, also another thing too was that Angelo was like, Big Al loved Angelo probably more than he loved his own sons.
Well, yeah. Look at his cheekbones.
Yeah.
And he
He's
was-
syrup on his chin.
It's
he
everywhere.
wanted him to run his family for him instead of his own son.
Well, check this out. He's going to take your wife. So
Yeah.
So I think he was doing everybody a favor.
Yeah, he was.
But I don't know. I think in book 2, something happens with that probably in the future.
Did
Is
he
the-
kill? Sorry, no, after you.
the wildlife preserve, it's still there.
Well, so Angelo was actually like, I'll just take you away. Like, I'll take you and your dad away.
Don't worry about the wildlife preserve.
Basically, yeah. Well, not only that, he was just saying like he
Get
he
him
knew.
another house.
Yeah.
Well, not that anything's going to happen to the wildlife preserve, but that if he takes her away from Big Al, he's going to kill her.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's like, the only thing I could do would be to take you and your dad out of here to keep you safe. But
Sounds great.
her dad can't leave.
Why?
Because he is a bird.
A curse?
No, he has like environmental dementia. Like he doesn't recognize her outside of the wildlife preserve.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Life is a struggle, and okay.
Life is a highway. Now, I'm not a woman in STEM. I'm not in medical.
I'm by
world.
no means questioning the
I
validity
don't know.
of this.
I don't know how real
I
that
don't-
is.
That sounds hard, and
That's-
Yeah.
That. Sure.
What do
That
you do?
sounds like a curse that he can't leave the wildlife preserve.
Remember in Titanic when
I mean, he
the
could
architect
leave.
stays and goes down with the ship, and he gives the.
But then he
that's the
won't.
same thing.
But then he won't know who she is if he leaves the forest.
Great, I'll
Yeah.
come visit you sometime.
That makes sense. If you're a doctor, let me know that you're like, yeah, that really does exist.
It's
Okay.
like when certain people, men, open the fridge, and if something's slightly rearranged, they can't find anything.
What did we look that up the other day? And
Oh,
it was
yeah.
called male pattern blindness.
Pattern blindness.
I was like, is that a real
true.
thing?
That's true. Does he have penetration with her before or after he kills Al?
After. And
During.
it is so anticlimactic.
He's
It
like,
was
"Oh,
Don't
dead."
say.
insane. Well, it was like I was like expecting, I was basically expecting him to like fuck her right there.
Right.
Two pump jump.
Yeah, but no, he like takes her away and takes her to his house. And I mean, it's nice. He like, you know what I mean? Takes care of her. She's obviously like in shock.
I guess it was her first time too.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that too. Yeah, I was like, just bang her already.
Just
fuck.
fucking
They
bang her
actually
over.
didn't kiss either until then.
Well,
Either.
he cares. He didn't want to step on Big Al's toes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know, I
So
don't
you
know.
loved this book.
No, I,
She loves it. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm easy, and I think I can just read anything. And I think there were parts that were good.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of juggling going on. It's a mafia book, but there's also a church anonymous, but then there's like a wildlife preserve and dementia, and there's pelicans everywhere, and she's got pearls. Whose are they? You know, and
Could be anybody's.
It was an insane ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
did people think?
What did people
this was
think?
so funny. Anna says 1 star. Where's the originality? This quite obviously copies the sweetest Oblivion. The scenes are literally the same.
No.
Even then, this was terrible.
Okay, the Sweetest Oblivion, the one where you're supposed to marry the sister.
Yeah, okay.
And then she's pregnant with the gardeners, whomever, and then
gas station.
And we've read that more than once.
Yeah.
We've done another book on that.
Yeah.
Like, very popular trope. This unoriginal. There's like birds, dude.
Yeah.
There's birds everywhere.
Yeah. She did like mix it up for sure.
Rory
And
is.
I don't think he made her come from a leather belt.
I don't think so. I don't recall that. It was very. That's such a popular set. It's like the Tangled and Tinsel thing all over again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a snowstorm and you have to stay in the cabin and fuck for warmth or whatever it is. Like, Mafia is always like, it's an arranged marriage, but you don't end up marrying that guy because he sucks. He's so beefy. And,
she's supposed to marry the boss and the guy below.
And then the guy with the cheekbones comes in and he whips you with a belt or whatever you're into.
Yeah, true. It's true.
So she says, Rory is so quirky and unique. She's definitely not like other girls. Why? Because she's an idiot.
Women can be lots of things, including idiots, okay?
That's true.
Angelo's disgusting. He spent the entire book doing nothing. He didn't help. He's horrible, and it didn't matter because he's hot.
I mean, true. They can do the bare minimum.
He said, you're not unattractive.
He acknowledged
He killed the bodyguard.
I'm easy.
He killed the bodyguard.
I'm easy.
Yeah. That does take a lot.
Yeah. Maya said, what we're not going to do is confess our deepest, darkest crimes and sins to an automated voicemail. Am I the only one that sees how idiotic this concept is?
Thank you.
What if the police are behind Sinners Anonymous and use this to bust people?
No, the mafia does. It's the mafia.
Duh.
They're the police.
Her deepest, darkest sins of spitting in someone's drink. How is she even getting near these drinks? Is she a barista? Like, whose drinks is she spitting in?
I think Big Al makes her pour his whiskey or something like that.
So she spits in his. Okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah. No, yeah.
He's probably into it. Well, he's dead. Anyway, what?
Natalie said this female main character is so naive, as if she could trust Alberto to keep his word in the first place. Also, this is a biggie, but she doesn't actually do anything bad. The main male character is equally just as stupid. Why the fuck? Oh, he was like surprised that she was being like not abused, but he would like pop her in the chops. Or like
so
yank
abused.
her. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yank her ponytail.
Al would do this?
Yeah, and he like scratched her with his ring like when she wasn't paying attention.
And Angelo was surprised by this?
Yes. But he's literally like killed all of his
he's never
ex-wives.
pulled my ponytail.
Yeah. Like, oh.
All right. Male pattern blindness strikes again.
Yeah. He knew what kind of man his uncle was, but the whole revelation scene was just unrealistic. He forgot to tell her. Oh, that was another thing. He was like, don't worry, I'm going to plan this all out. I'm going to save you. But it was literally like her wedding day. And she tried to call him and his phone was disconnected.
That's his whole thing.
So she was like, I guess I got to do this myself. And she was like trying to figure out a way to like kill Alberto herself.
He was like, I was going to.
Yeah.
But then she's in shock when it does happen anyway. I thought you didn't answer your phone.
Yeah, he showed up at the last minute and she was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
What the finch?
What the finch?
Yeah, so dumb and unnecessary.
No one said anything about the birds.
No, yeah, I just didn't include that because it's just
we dunked on it enough.
Loves
So
the
obvious.
birds.
We made
Vanessa loves birds.
very clear how we felt about the bird situation.
everything that you guys said is what other people said.
I love it.
So don't worry. The bird stuff was brought up plenty.
I had so much fun with this.
Yeah.
I love Vanessa books.
They're always a
I was
surprise.
trying to take a break from
I also
scandalizing, and
You've
so
been giving us some scandalous stuff lately.
your last presentation was Haunting Adeline. And I was telling y'all that after that episode I went home and I was like, I'm just really
worn out.
it was just like a lot of episode.
Took a lot out of me.
I'm still
realize
nervous
it.
about how it's going to come out too.
Yeah, at the time of recording this, it hasn't come out yet. I think people will be brave.
I think that they know what they're getting into.
What was the one right before? Den of Vipers. We softened them up. What are they? They're tented.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Vipers went in and tented them. And then.
And if you weren't, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. You knew what it was going to be. And you didn't even read the book. You just listen to us talk about it. So you're fine.
Well, I read this, so you don't have to.
Yeah. And then whatever, everything that happened last week, you made it. You're still fucking here. So, hi,
What do you think the worst bird nickname is? Let us know.
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite bird? Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, help us out. Tell YouTube to be cool with us.
Yeah.
Tell TikTok to be cool with us. Tell Instagram to be cool with us. Tell everyone to be cool with us. I think if you interact with us and share with us, you'll be like, these are real people. They're not.
I think the
bots.
bleeps have really been helping people be cool with us.
I think
Don't jinx it. Where the fuck is it?
Yeah,
knock on my head.
bleep everything.
Like and subscribe at Clutch My Pearls Pod everywhere on the internet, every platform. Interact with us on Goodreads so we can see your reviews and follow us. And you can email us at clutchmypearlspod@gmail.com. You can join our Patreon at the Book Boyfriend and Above level. You get the episode a day early, as well as a new, unique episode that is specific to y'all each month at the Book Boyfriend and Above level.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/ClutchMyPearlsPod. So if you're on our Patreon, I'll see you Monday. For everyone else, see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye. Nico.
Oh my God.